Having validated consumer research and analysis within our presentation to Tesco really helped. So it gave Tesco the confidence that we had done our due diligence with regard to research, packaging refinement, price positioning, and Vypr really allowed us to portray that we had done our work in the background to ensure that we are leading with a consumer-led proposition. Yeo Valley Organic are a 30-year-old brand based in Somerset. We are 80% family-owned, 20% co-owned by our employees as of the last few years. We produce delicious dairy across a number of different categories. What organic means is a number of different things. It doesn't just mean a lack of artificial pesticides or fertilizers. It also means better biodiversity, it promotes better soil health, it also means better animal welfare. Organic farming is better for the environment as well. So there's more and more studies coming out around the benefits of organic farming, improving soil health, improving biodiversity. For the last 30 years, we've established ourselves within the dairy category. The next 30 years and beyond, we see ourselves as a wider food brand. So as of 2 years ago, we launched into soups, which was our first stretch outside of core dairy, which has gone really well. And that's given us the confidence that we can move the brand into different areas. One of the key reasons for looking at the beef market was that we've got a great farming story to tell. We've been rearing cows on our farm for a long time, and there's no brand that we perceive to be doing a good enough job of letting consumers know why they should be spending a bit more on beef. So we want to champion better organic farming and farmers by bringing this proposition to market. So the beef category is a really established category within any supermarket. There's a lot of well-established, typically own label propositions, with price being very important to consumers, more so than any other space. So the challenge for us is around positioning and price points. Here at Yeo Valley Organic, we feel there's a real gap within the beef category. There's no real brand or own label that does a good enough job letting consumers know why they should feel better about the beef that they're buying, but why you should also be spending a little bit more on that beef. By making our product really coherent and landing the key messages that we need to with regard to consumers, we feel as though we can offer something drastically different with regard to better animal welfare and minimally processed, delicious food. We needed to understand a lot of different things with regard to how consumers feel about our brand, as well as us showing up in a different category. We're really well known for producing great dairy. We wanted to ask consumers and our key consumers how they felt about us launching into beef. So first and foremost, we had to get a good understanding of how our consumers felt about us showing up in beef, and from that, what is important to them when it comes to purchasing beef. What became really clear was that they really value better animal welfare. So that's something that we've tried to champion on front of pack and through our comms as well. So we used Vypr across a number of different areas throughout this piece of work. We've tested claims on pack, so that would be uploading a few different pack shots onto the platform with a few different claims on front of pack. So we wanted to make sure that what we were championing within our product title or within our signpost on our front of pack was important to consumers. So we tested a number of different things from that perspective. We also tested pricing. So we tested price positioning and price elasticity as well. So we're a slightly more premium product. We wanted to make sure that our consumers felt that they were prepared to pay that much for our product and our proposition. So there are a number of different surprising things that came up through testing on Vypr. We wanted to originally lead with grass-fed as our key message. So we tested that alongside a number of other different naming conventions, and free range actually came out on top. So we've led with that on the front of pack. We've also led with grass-fed, but it was just the difference in priority for consumers that was really surprising for us. The data from Vypr helped a lot with conversations with Tesco. We wanted to establish why we were communicating certain messages, and Vypr was a great way of showing Tesco how important some of these messages and ideas were. We also tested price positioning. Pricing is at the discretion of Tesco, like it always will be, but we had a recommended retail selling price of which we had established through testing on Vypr to make sure that consumers were happy to pay that slight premium for the product. Data-driven decision-making is becoming more important for Yeo Valley. Since working with Vypr over the last 12 months or so, it's come on leaps and bounds versus where it was before. We're a business that is often quite intuitive, so there's a lot of different opinions that come up, and Vypr allows us to establish truth and fact. It allows us to do that in a really quick time as well, so that's been really important. So it's meant that we've been agile, but more consumer-led than ever, which has been really important for us. Vypr's been great for our business. It's been a really cost-effective way of proving and testing hypotheses internally in live time. It's allowed us to become more agile as a business and to be more consumer-led than ever. So I'd recommend Vypr to anyone considering working with the platform.